Hello and welcome to the Commando cast. I'm Andrew.
I'm Mike.
And today we're talking about the early ATG meta, moving beyond draft and starting to talk about what decks we think are going to make an impact in the constructed tournament scene going forward.
Hey guys, welcome to the Commando cast. I am Mike.
And I'm Andrew. And 2 days ago was 1 year since episode 0 went live, so congratulations, buddy.
Did it.
So today, Mike and I, in terms of our celebration, we're going to play a little game. All right, guys, so welcome back to the 1 year anniversary episode. So, Mike, welcome back.
Thank you. It's been a few weeks. I had some work travel. I had a chance to head up to Seattle for some training. And while I was there, the Cloud City Rollers were kind enough to host me at Zulu's Board Game Cafe, which is super fun. Like, it's a crazy store. I thought at any moment a wizard was going to walk in and give me a quest. Like, it's one of those, like, quaint, like, it's like a wood, all wood grained and shelves and good beer. Like, they had great beer. The food was good.
Drinking things out of like flagons and stuff, or
I'm sure
like
we would
have.
Right,
in there.
I'm sure we would have. It was the store had so much product. It's good to see a local store really thriving. They had just completed a great addition where they put an outdoor seating area with a patio, but it was one of those giant like pavilions with a big thick wood like in a stone fireplace. It was.
Well, they're gonna need it. It's in Seattle.
Yeah,
it's like 4 days a year you can sit outside. So.
Check it out though if you've never been to Zulu's, do it. And also thanks to the Rollers, I appreciate having me and being so kind. And we played some 40-40.
Oh, cool.
And it was
Infinite or no?
No, it was 40-40, and they were playing in a league, so they were trying to do Highlander.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't make a Highlander deck, so they let me play 40-40. So I just took my Bounty Hunters deck and added Java, which is really good. There's a reason why we don't play 40-40 for that. So it was super fun. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, awesome. So yeah, glad to have you back. Definitely, I know the audience is glad to have you back as well. So. Because it's been a year, obviously Mike and I have known each other for much longer than that, but kind of what we thought we would do is do something just a little fun to celebrate. So we're basically going to play a game to see who knows each other the best. All right, so what you're seeing now is kind of our splash screen. So here's how this is going to work. Mike has picked his top 5 decks of all time, and I've picked my top 5 decks of all time. So the criteria for this, as I outlined to Mike, was a deck that you enjoyed playing whenever it was legal. So it doesn't have to be legal anymore, right? So, for example, Pomaz, right? Pomaz has been nerfed. It's no longer a deck, right? But if you enjoyed playing it back then, right, that would count. So, and really kind of what I came to Mike was, and I'm not foreshadowing anything, I'm not implying anything, basically the problem statement was, if Destiny dies tomorrow and your wife says, all this crud needs to get out of our living room. You can keep 5 decks, and that's all you ever get to play with Destiny for the rest of your life. What 5 decks would you create to kind of let yourself remember when you crack it open 20 years from now?
The smell, the clanking of dice, yeah. And just to, these are not necessarily, we're not saying these are the best decks either. These are the ones that we want to be playing forever. Like, we're okay, well, not forever, but for a long time. Like you said, we're going to crack that box open, and what are the 5 gems?
Right. What's going to give you the highest nostalgia value when you crack that box open in 5 years or 20 years or whatever?
And we get points, correct? Based on how we know each other.
Right. So how this is going to work. So I have ranked my list 1 through 5, as has Mike. We're going to go back and forth taking guesses. What do you think? We give 10 guesses?
Yeah, 10's probably fair. I think what you're probably going to see is we're going to nail a couple of them, and then we're going to be stabbing in the dark. Right. So we should probably limit it to, say, 10. So
let's do 10 guesses.
Okay.
I'll do a count. So if Mike gets my number 1, for example, he gets 5 points. Second is 4, and so on. And then at the end of those 10 guesses, we'll total it up. The winner gets this fine special brew I picked up, and the winner, his special treat is he gets to share it with the loser on our next episode. So this is, for those of you in the Northwest, and probably not even in the Northwest anymore, I'm sure it's everywhere, but Leishan, their Night Owl Pumpkin Ale is by far and above probably one of the best pumpkin ales out there. I know it's always a debatable subject, but this is their Punkachino Coffee Pumpkin Ale, so I just picked it up.
So, I really like their brewery. I
thought it might
they have
be
one
fun.
of the few IPAs early on, one of the fewer IPAs that I really liked. I think they have a Stardust IPA. Is that the one?
Space Dust?
Space Dust, yeah. It's excellent. Just pick it up. But
anyway,
cool.
As much as I would like this to be a beer cast, it is not a beer cast. So, Mike, why don't you do the honors and get us started. So guess number 1.
So I'm going to be guessing your top 5.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, just one at a time.
Okay,
right?
one at a time. So I'm going to take a stab here. Is it okay if we get one right? Can we talk about it a little bit?
I want to. Yeah. So if I nail one of yours, I want to know why it's on your list.
All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and my first guess is I'm gonna say Talzin veteran stormtrooper.
Nailed it.
All right.
All right. And let me just check. That one was number 4.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
So yes, you got it. I didn't know you were gonna get that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously that was the one I won the Portland GQ with.
Right.
It's one of those decks. Certain decks just kind of stick to your playstyle, right? That's just how we work. And that deck was just a mathematical value deck, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good deck too because it was early Legacy. It was
a Legacy trilogy,
yeah.
with 2-player set was legal.
Yeah, and that was some of the purest, funnest Destiny. So I remember that very fondly as well. So,
all right,
I'm winning,
done.
by the way.
Nice,
thanks.
All right, I'm just gonna go right for the throat. I know this one's on the list because it's obvious. Tarkin Snoke.
Okay, let's see here. It is also my number 4, Snoke Tarkin.
Okay,
yeah. So actually, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. It's Snoke Tarkin, not Tarkin Snoke.
Oh,
so so you failed.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're not being. I told him beforehand. I was like, so you don't have to, like, if it's a 3-wide, you don't have to nail like all the characters in 3-wide. You have to kind of get the gist of the 3-wide.
Like the deck theme or the
So all right, you're number 2.
All right. All right, so we're both
Oh,
tied.
actually, sorry. Why is Tarkin Snoke?
Oh my gosh. Well,
I mean, to be fair, we've talked about Tarkin Snoke on this cast many times.
Of the decks that I have on my list, it's one of my favorite ones because I feel like it's one that you and I collaborated on a lot together. We actually we kind of do our own things deck wise, and for some reason we both hit that one at the same time, and we both saw the strength in it, and our versions were very different, and we got a lot of ideas off each other. So that's why
I remember going back and forth on IM and stuff a lot on that one, or text message, I guess. So,
right.
Yeah.
I was the tech team guy, and you were not a tech team guy.
Yeah, that's true. I was the Dark Council and Fragmentation Grenade guy.
Correct. Yeah.
So, all right. So that was
my guess. So
okay. Now it's your turn. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna guess. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna Snoke Tarkin back.
Yeah.
That way we'll get that out of the way. Yeah,
he's correct, and I believe that was my number 2. It is my number 2.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the easy points when I get it.
Fair enough. All
right.
So right now you have 2 and you have 4. So Mike has a total of 6. So my second guess, I'm going to go with 5 Dybala.
Okay, that is my number 1 deck.
Number 1
of all time. Yeah. So 5 Die Villain is my. I don't. It's funny because I never won a store champ with it. Like I never won anything with that deck. But it was my favorite one because of what it did and how it did it and how flexible the deck was. Like I remember when Free for All came out and playing a local. Like we were prepping for for the regional in Portland in 2018. I want to say, and we were playing a local, and I had discovered Free for All as a card. Like I think it'd been around for a little bit, but I put it in there, and I'll never forget like free for alling like 3 people straight to death with that card, and it was just like it was delicious. So that's my favorite deck. It has everything I want in it. It does rainbow. It has all like cheap dice. I got to work with Your Destiny on that one. Like they had given me a lot of pointers on that deck. So that was my number 1 favorite. That's the one.
Yeah. I knew I was going to win with that one. I didn't know I was going to get number 1.
It's my number 1. So well said.
All right. So it's currently 7-6. So guess number 3.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess. I'm gonna say Phasma 3 Trooper Advanced Training.
Oh, not on my list.
Oh,
good guess.
Oh no, I'm
good
screwed.
It did not make my list.
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
I do like that deck, though. I did like that deck. I actually don't like it anymore, but
I'm in trouble.
Well, it's just too low health for what we have.
Yes, that's true.
But it was fun and it was fast. That's how I like to play Destiny.
You just love guns. I was like,
all right, Pomaz.
Yeah, so Pomaz is my number 2. Pomaz number 2, and I actually noted the retreat version when as we were playing Pomaz, that deck kind of changed a lot. It went away from the straight just hitting specials, like, and I think it was I think it was FN that caused that change, right? Because he would draw the turns out with the overwrite. So then Pomaz reacted with, all of a sudden, I'm going to play hyperspace jump and retreat.
Right.
Yeah, so that was the way to kind of get out of the way of that. But that was, and mostly because that deck was like super busted, and it was my first store championship.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was your first store championship win. You took me down. I remember that was a weird store championship because it was relatively small.
Yeah, it was like 16. I actually think it was like 15 people. It was something weird.
I was undefeated, and Mike had lost one, and we met in like the second to last round, and he beat me, which put him in first, and then I ended up taking fourth just with the way it went.
And I lost my... no, I didn't. I don't think I had lost at that point. I lost the last match against Helmor.
Oh, so you lost it. Okay,
yeah.
so that's how it works.
So I actually backed into the title because there was no top cut for that one because the store was like
what? That's right because I had beat Halnor and then he
we don't do what you want, so we'll just cut it and do strength of schedule.
Yeah, all right.
I don't want to bring that up, but okay,
all right. Guess number 4.
Oh no, I'm missing that was a real problem. I'm gonna go ahead and say I need some points for a bat, so I'm gonna call Mal Mando.
That's actually not on my
Oh shoot! No.
It didn't make the list.
Oh god!
That was number 6 for sure.
Oh yikes!
I do like. I'm really proud of that one because I feel as if like that was my deck to the
that was like just so you know, I'm never getting the other ones. Like I don't even know what I'm gonna do at this point. Like, this is gonna be a quickie.
You'll get them.
Yeah. Okay. So
my number 4.
Yeah. Like if you got me, are you 3 for 3 now?
3 for 3.
Oh no.
I'm gonna guess Yoda Cassian.
Oh, good. That was my number 6.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that was my second store champ deck, and it was in reaction to Milpocalypse. But that was really close. Like I just couldn't go on. Okay. My last one written down is.
Oh, now you're just straight shooting.
No. This is my last one I have written down, and I'm gonna call YOLO as one of your favorite decks.
Not on there, and I'm actually going right back at you. That's my next call is YOLO.
Oh, okay. It is not. Okay. It is not on mine. Okay,
right,
so
now we're at 5. I'm at 5. Back to you for guess number 6.
Now we are straight into street fight mode because I have no idea. I'm gonna call.
You're gonna feel bad when you don't get my number 1. Then.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel really, really bad. I'm gonna say FN Bala. Was it First Order Stormtrooper?
No, weren't they running it with Sister? Either way.
Yeah, either way. That's I'm gonna call it 3 white.
It's
FN.
not on there.
All right. Well, we'll have to cut this episode, guys. I'm sorry.
All right. This one is a shot in the dark.
Okay.
But this was like Mike's super jank creation, and he loved this deck. 6-die yellow hero.
Oh no! Good
guess though, right?
I have to say that if I had thought of that one, that may have gone into my 5 slot. But yeah, that was Maz, Kanata?
Ezra, and
Jar Jar.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Jar Jar. Yeah, that deck was stupid.
It was Legacies. Late Legacies, yeah, and it was the dumbest deck, and it frustrated people like to no end. Yeah. Rolling in a Vibro Cutlass for hitting for 4 on Maz was pretty good. Turns out.
It didn't make my list, but okay. This is where the game gets really hard. I'm gonna say Boba 7th as one of the decks you would keep.
No, actually, I never played Boba 7.
Oh, I thought you? Oh no, Alex.
It was an Alex deck, and that's why I never played it.
Yeah,
that was
nightmares.
Alex's baby.
They gave me nightmares. So I think I have to be like only 3 guesses left. Right, I'm in real trouble.
Yeah,
I'm gonna blame this on my age.
Fair enough. All right, so I don't know. I think I'm getting in trouble. So I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be more. I was gonna say Kira Jank, but at this point I'll be more specific. Right. So let's say Kira Han.
That one is not on my list. That one was a super good one, but it didn't make it. Okay, so I'm gonna say because I know you like rolling dice. I know you like rolling dice fast. So I'm gonna say Han Biggs AR would be one of your jams.
Oh, not on my list. It's
who are you? Like I have no idea who you are.
You're getting close. All right. My next guess is Lando Vehicle Jank.
That is actually my number 5.
Number 5? So I get 1 for Lando?
Yeah, that's not exactly what I put down, but yeah, like Yellow Vehicle, like Lando Jank. Yeah,
Lando Vehicle Jank.
That's just my favorite. Like,
I know what your last one is. All right.
Oh, God. I'm so embarrassed right now. Like, I don't even know anything. I'm trying to remember what decks you played early on, and I think that's where I'm.
Well, I was
mistaken.
on Luke Ray. It's not on the list, but I was on Luke Ray for 2 metas.
I remember that now. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm going to take a weird stab. And I don't remember if you were playing this, but I think you might have a deep appreciation for the deck. So I'm going to say the Seven Sister OTK deck. It might make.
No, I don't think I ever actually put that together.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I thought maybe it might be on
you
your
did
list.
at one point. Right?
I did. I put it together.
That's what you and I put it together to test against it. That's why.
That's right.
I remember specifically we're at the tall table at Old Chicago rolling against it.
Yes. Yeah. That's not fun. But
all right. So that was your 9th guess.
Yeah, I'm probably not getting it again. Another one. Which is,
all right. Yodelay Mill.
And negative.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah. So just so you know, when I look back at this game fondly, it will not be of a mill deck. Like I don't expect there to be. I
thought maybe you'd slip one in there just to kind of round the game out.
No, normally I don't mind slipping one in there, but in this case, I don't think that is going to be in my list of these decks that I want to remember the game for forever.
So I got one more to nail you. All right. Yeah, you're on your last guess, big guy.
And you said I was close. With Haunt, Biggs. Man, you played that deck so much. I can't believe that's not on your list.
Well, in that one meta, though, right?
Yeah. I kind of want to hold my guess.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to hold my guess.
My last stab, I might say Aura Talzin.
No, that wasn't.
All right, so I'm out. So I'm capped at 12.
Yeah, and I don't think I can.
Not with one guess.
Yeah,
no.
not with one guess.
I guess I'm gonna have to share my beer with you.
Yeah. So okay.
What's your last guess?
So my last guess. Yeah.
You still got one shot. Double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
If you get number one, you can share the beer with me.
So this is your favorite deck that you've ever played
all time.
So am I gonna feel really stupid when this is over? Okay, that's fair enough. Cad Bane, Cad and Sienna. Was it Cad Sienna? Was that the?
Cad Phasma. I'm giving you the point.
Oh, okay.
That's my number one.
Oh, I got it. Yes. All right.
So, Cad Phasma, which became Cad Sienna
when she got nerfed, right? Yeah. Okay. I remember that. Yeah. Cad.
I played that forever.
Yeah. Cad was your jam.
We both took that to the GQ. Remember?
Yeah. You gave me that deck. You gave me that because I didn't know what to run, and I'm like, hey, can I borrow that deck? And then I think you scrubbed out. And then
I scrubbed out in
and
three.
I went 5-1.
I scrubbed out in 3 rounds.
And I went 5-1 with it. Never played it. Yeah, it was pure blind luck. Yeah, so I'm glad I got the last one.
All right, so 11 to 12, or if you double down, then you get the beer. So.
No, that's fine. I want to say.
All right, so I want to know. I missed 1.
Correct.
And you missed 2.
Yes. So you want to know my 1?
I do.
So this deck was one of my early creations where it was all me, and it was it was one that I had never seen before. I still had never seen it after that, and that was Po2 and Kanan. I played that deck.
Oh, interesting.
A lot and effectively. I was shocked how good that deck was.
What plot? Fortify?
I want to say
because that would have been early.
Yeah, so it was 15 and 13, and I think
it was Way of the Force.
Is there one that lets you? Is there one that lets you draw? I'm trying to think. There's one that let you draw a card. I might have been Taking Ground, actually. Taking Ground wasn't out yet. I don't even remember.
Oh, no, Taking Ground was in Legacies.
Yeah, but that deck was so fun, and so, it did so many trixies things. That was really super fun.
Yeah, I never would have got that one.
I love that deck. Yeah, I played the poop out of that deck. Mostly the 649, but that was on my list. I want to let you do your 2, but I have an honorable mention.
Okay.
That was right there at the 6 spot too, and I did a deck called it Oh Snap, and it was old Han and Snaps Wexley, And
I remember that deck.
yeah, oh my gosh, that deck would
I actually ran that for a bit too. Yeah.
That deck would tilt people out of their mind. They couldn't like that deck. I mean, it wasn't very good, but it was definitely
actually that's the deck that both Guerrilla Warfare was definitely a card back in the day, and like that was a card that we both learned was really good because of that deck.
Yeah, that was good. So what were the two that I missed?
So you got Cad Phasma's number 1,
Yeah.
Tarkin Snoke number 2, number 3 was Jin Cassian.
Yeah, yes, you did. That was your baby for a while.
4 is Talzin Vet, and then 5, which I knew might be hard, Poe Hondo, but I played the snot out of Poe Hondo.
Yeah. And when I guessed YOLO, that's the kind of the same spot I was guessing in. So,
fair enough. Yeah. I've always been a yellow-red primarily, right? That's
So good, we
because
finished-
Amy grabs up all the blues. So.
right, I was gonna say, that's what I was like. I was like, did you ever play Ray and Luke? And then I'm like, no, Amy probably ate up all those. Like she probably.
But she ended up playing it, yeah. But yeah, no, all right, well done. All right, so yeah, we'll share the beer next cast. So
I appreciate it, and I thanks again for bringing me. Like I said, I think I've said it before, but thanks for having me along and letting me do this. And
great to have you. You bring up the spice level of the channel for sure.
Right.
And can you believe it's been a year? Actually, I can. It actually feels like it's been longer than a year, to be honest.
Yeah, it does feel like, but it feels like it kind of went quick as far as like the production. What I think how we do it and the efficiency at which we do it, I think it feels quick, but it does seem like we've been doing it a long time. Maybe that's why. It's because it's come a long way. I'm actually looking forward to. Because we talked a lot about these decks that we really enjoy. I hope that going forward that we're going to be able to find some more of these like really like these gems, like these decks that are kind of our favorites. Some more. Because I think that's a sign of a really good game when you can kind of look back and see when there should be decks and things that you created that you would take with you forever. So I'm hoping there's more of those. Maybe Robin will let me keep 7 from the next.
Well, it depends how long it rolls, right? If it's a 5-year game, then maybe you can get 10 decks out of it. Right?
That'd be super fun.
Fair enough. Oh shoot! I just forgot what I was going to say. Something. Oh, I know what it was. I was talking to somebody the other day about us doing this for a year, and they're like, "Oh, well, you guys have been getting spoilers forever, right?" And we've only actually gotten 2 sets of spoilers because we've only actually been doing this for 2 set releases in that year.
That's crazy.
That was the hard realization. I was like, "Yeah, we got the Watt spoiler, which you and I whiffed on,
correct.
And then we got
it does that.
The Bounty Hunter mask spoiler." And Ty and all that other stuff, but we got Watt and Bounty Hunter, so we've only been in the spoiler. We've only been around enough to have people recognize us for spoilers for a year.
And to think we've had enough things to talk about, like somehow we've had enough things to talk about for over 50 episodes, right? We've done over 50.
This is episode 61.
Yeah, 61. So yeah, that's kind of amazing. I know it's bad. It's bad that the game has only had 2 releases. I admit that, but at least there's been enough stuff to talk about with Worlds and Primes and I think they've done a couple balances. In the meantime, so man, can you imagine? I guess it's a testament of how good the game is that we'd have something to talk about with only 2 releases. It's weird when I go to Ganga and I see them do Magic. I see Derek with the Magic release schedule, and it's like utterly stacked for like a year straight, and then special sets and so.
That's all right. Yeah. But it's been a good run, and thank everybody for being with us for a year. Obviously, if no one was watching, we probably would have stopped 60 episodes ago. I don't know. That's pretty much it. What do we got coming up?
So we have we're starting. I know I'm starting my prep for Washington Prime, which is in three-ish weeks or two and a half
but
weeks.
the big holiday weekend's in the middle, so it's basically like right here.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Anyway.
And I think I've kind of narrowed down my deck, and I know we talked early on about kind of doing the same, like kind of getting together like on the group, and I think with the meta being so varied, it's so matchup dependent, like on what you're going to run. I'm kind of scared if everyone brings like the same deck that we're going to be like on the wrong end of a stick. So I'm leaning more towards.
You think we're just going to go cowboy again?
I'm pretty sure we're going. I mean, there's I was really on Yodelea Mill there for a couple of weeks. Like I was thinking that deck was just so strong.
It's pretty strong.
It is really strong, but it just utterly dies to droids.
And that's going to be. I think that's going to be 50% of the field. Yeah. But you're going to see, looking at you, Jeff, you know we're going to see some Palp up there.
Right.
You know we're going to see some Maul Commando, perhaps myself, definitely James.
Oh, and you'll see Vader. I mean, we'll be in Washington. Like those people.
Yeah, man. Can we talk about the Vader deck, the Gandork resurrecting the hero villain that is the villainous hero? Yeah. Oh my goodness!
I played against that deck at Worlds. We did a judge pod, and Dennis didn't have a deck to play, and I guess that was their team deck, so he just grabbed it, and it's very focused, like on what it does, which I think is
just roll fours or flip.
No, yeah, it's so you can't get out of the way of it.
Right.
So if the game goes, if they're in a dominant position for 2 full rounds, they just win by pure mathematics. Like you can't get out of the way of it. So it's a really good deck. So I see all these things, and I'm like, I think I want something. I want something I feel is balanced and can reward me for my for good play. And I think I have that deck dialed in. Not dialed in, but I think I have a good idea of what that deck is. And the problem is I don't have C3POs.
Mm-hmm.
Like so I can't do it. Even if I wanted to run droids, I couldn't run droids.
Yeah. Well, I think there's going to be a lot of droids up there, right. And droid versus droid is a interesting match to play.
Yeah. And I don't think I have enough skill. I don't know if I have enough time to train myself to play into the mirror.
I see.
I'd rather play something I'm more familiar with.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I'd like to just spend our next episode talking about what we think we'll see at Primes.
Sure.
Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption. Mike and I are about to go into a discussion about RRG legality for our upcoming Prime in Lacey, Washington on December 14th. A couple days after we shot this, Matt Holland released information that the RRG that we expect that is coming will actually be legal for December 20th, and thus the December 14th primes around the country and the world will not be under the new RRG. So with that in mind, keep that in mind for this discussion. And also just a quick note, right? Remember that your TOs, just like you, want the primes to be as exciting as possible. However, they do have to adhere to the rules, regardless of player pressure and all that. So just make sure that when you're talking to your TOs about legality or maybe pulling in the RRG, just remember that they also have a job to do, and please don't put any pressure on them unduly and add to what they're already doing. So just keep that in mind. It'll be fun no matter what we do, so we're looking forward to it. With that said, let's get back to the cast.
But in the meantime, though, there has been a RRG hinted at by Matt Holland's. But
imagine if that thing drops like in the next 3 weeks, like what that's going to do.
I'm confident it's going to drop on like the Tuesday before our regional, and then there's going to be a huge conversation about like should it be, should it not be. Right. Everyone will want it to be because they won't want it to be a dead regional. No. Right. Yeah. So like,
and
at this point, do you eat turkey or do you test? Like,
and I am one like if they release that RRG 3 days beforehand, let's just do it. Like let's just do it and like let's try. Like I mean I'm not here to like there's not some big money prize on the line. I don't care. I'm here to have fun and play some rounds. And if I make top cut, that's ultimately as a player that's my condition of success. But I want to enjoy people's company and have a good time. Like that's the people side of me. So let's do it. Like,
yeah. I mean again I know that the people who run it need to make the decision, but I mean I'm almost positive that if it drops early, the organizers and the player base are going to want to run it on the new meta. Yeah. I mean, by and large, right? So, unless it's something gigantic and like,
right.
I don't know.
It's got to be some sort of droid, like fist
it's got to be a droid.
Delve, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, I think that's what everybody's speculating is that it'll be.
And if that happens, maybe I will run Mill. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the danger, right? Is if you hit droids and you hit Del Fist, doesn't Mill become pretty strong?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, it does. I'm actually not convinced that astrogation is the answer.
I was actually going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say for the next episode, but why are people not playing? Like, astrogation, most games I've seen, it only gets you 1 to 2 cards. Yeah. Shouldn't you be playing taking cards?
So that's the thing is, like, so I've been on astrogation for the last month, and what I have found is it does get me... It generally gets me 3 cards across the game.
Three cards.
3 cards. But I've also dead drawn in the second round because the deck does not run a lot of upgrades, right?
So Lore Hunter,
Force Jump, Neiman,
Lore Hunter, Jump, Neiman, and then
Ring. Yeah. So
and maybe Riot Shield.
Yeah.
Maybe right.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Mine doesn't
No, I'm just saying the different builds out there.
For me though, like that's it. So like what I found last week when I ran it in testing is I was dead drawing round 2, so I would basically get 2 cards off it, right? So then the question then what I found was that deck loses the roll off all the time, right? And there's a lot of very harmful battlefields for it. In fact, the one that I find the most harmful into Yodalea is Salt Flats. Because it allows your opponent to focus without spinning a card, and then also they can blank your die, and that's one of the ways that one of the reasons why mill is so strong is because you don't want to spend your cards to remove because that's your life, right? But if you can disrupt the mill player's plan by not spending cards, Salt Flats is super bad, like for the mill player. So I think this week I have kind of pivoted to taking ground because I'd rather be on Occupied City. I'd rather be an occupied city and punish because the game you lose is the droid player that keeps playing all their upgrades. So I really want to punish that. And there's a lot of decks right now where you'll get 3 cards around if you're an occupied city. So that was my thought process on that.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I've been wondering that myself. I mean, the one potential pitfall it could have is once you get into Top Cut and you're playing matches and then they get to choose the battlefield.
Right.
So, but then they still have to pull down one game because then you get it back. Right. So, I don't know. But I haven't been running it like you have. So
it is really strong. It's funny, the games it wins, it feels so oppressive. Like I've played games against newer players that like I had to like talk them down afterwards. I'm like, this is not normal. It's really strong into your particular deck, kind of thing. And then there's games when I played it and I just like when you play that against droids, like you just feel powerless because Chopper doesn't even care. Like you could just he'll finish the
Chopper
game.
Don't care.
Right? Chopper don't care. He's finishing the game with 2 grappling arms and a salvage arm. Right? I mean, there's no amount of mill that's going to until we get a card that takes cards out of the discard. Do we have one that does that yet?
There's I don't know the name, but there is a card out there that removes.
Oh, it's real bad.
Discards from, and it might even only be a villain card. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Know. Like I don't. Somebody will.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. Please don't put that in your.
I'm not even going to put it up because I don't want to spend 5 minutes on the DB looking it up. So. Right. But there is a card out there that removes cards from the discard pile.
Yeah. So it feels I think one of the problems I have with the meta right now is this like your deck is strong against this many things and super weak against the small amount of things, and then it's just if you get lucky and don't get that matchup in a tournament, you do well. And I don't know if that's like given the same skill, one person gets lucky because they dodge all the matchups that are just auto losses for them. Like I want a meta where I'd like a meta where have the same like. Maybe I'm 60-40 against some and 40-60 against others. But right now, if I sit across from Chopper droids or with the droids, 4-die droids with Yodalea, I just lose.
Right. But on the other hand, if you're a Pout player, you just auto lose against Mill.
Correct.
So
yeah, and I don't like that either. Like that's not super fun for me to play into that, and it's not fun for the for the game. Luckily, the Yoda Mill is over pretty quick, one way or the other.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, good chat. So, all right, anything else? What are you looking at this week?
Just more Destiny and Argent Saga on Saturday. I'm pretty excited. Like, I might make it a nice long day.
Yeah. Oh, it would be at both?
Yeah, be at both this week.
Mike usually only gets his hall pass for one of the tournaments, so he has to pick and choose.
Yeah, so I think this weekend I might end up getting both, which I'm pretty excited about.
Cool. Yeah, I'll be there for at least one of them this weekend. So. Cool. All right. Well, again, thanks for 1 year, and thank you guys for sticking with us. And if nothing else, go Commando.
Go Commando.